You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Today's matchup serves multiple purposes. It's a warm-up on the road to Cleveland and a celebration of a program-changing senior class. It's senior day as the Ball State Cardinals play host to the Ohio Bobcats and play in front of the Cardinal faithful for potentially the final time this season. Good afternoon, folks. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by my partner Brayden Carroll. And Brayden, I don't know about you, but I'm pumped for this matchup.
I mean, this is just a great day for Ball State athletics. You have the outright MAC champions here in the Cardinals, second time in program history. This is just a celebration. Senior day for the core four. Everybody's excited to watch the final appearance of this roster here at Worthen.
Yeah, and for Ball State, it's a day of celebration. For Ohio, it's more so picking up the pieces. This Bobcat team, not the best season. 6-22, 4-13 in the MAC as a whole. Sure, they've had injuries. Losing J.M. McClure for the whole season was obviously not what you would have expected or wanted from Bob Bolden's team. Just overall, what do you expect from Ohio to do in their final game of the season today?
Well, I certainly don't expect them to let up at all. Coach Bob Bolden, he is a class act coach. He's in his 12th year at Ohio. He has 202 wins, the most in program history. He's not just going to lay down his squad for a tough defeat on the road to end the season. I could see him going out there, maybe bringing in some of the sophomores and some of the freshmen on this squad outside of Tabling, who we already know is going to get the start tonight as one of the star Bobcats. They've just had a tough season, all right? So far, they've only beaten 4 Division I opponents this season, 3 in conference, but they haven't beaten anybody who is a MAC tournament lock. It's just been a tough go at it for this Bobcat squad, but we can expect big performances from Bailey Tabling. She's averaging 12.4 points a game. Kennedy Watkins leading the team in points per game. She'll have a big day as well, so certainly shouldn't expect this Ohio team to just come out and get blown out and leave the gym and say, oh, sorry about it. They'll come out, they'll play, they'll put out a solid performance on the floor.
Yeah, and a lot of people forget with just how poor this season has gone for the Bobcats. This was a MAC tournament team last year, and they fell to the Ball State Cardinals in that MAC tournament in round 1. So Ball State potentially, in a sense, technically looking to end Ohio's season 2 years in a row.
You could certainly say that Ohio's had a tough go at it in the Mid-American Conference. These teams played on the 29th. Ball State beat them at home in Athens, 83-61. So there's definitely some bad blood here for Ohio, because they know their season's going to end today no matter what. And like you said, that's 2 straight years that you see the Cardinals as the last squad. This Ball State team, they've conquered the MAC. They're looking to conquer Ohio today again.
And that'll take us into a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more pregame coverage before a senior day battle between the Ball State Cardinals and the Ohio Bobcats. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Ball State Women's Basketball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
Back from Worthen Arena, where the Ball State Cardinals playing host to the Ohio Bobcats. It's about that time. Can you feel it here in Worthen Arena?
I think everybody can. There's so many family members in the crowd today. Despite it being spring break, it's a solid packed arena here at Worthen. Everybody's just excited. Senior day, it's a little more special when you're the outright MAC champions.
And look, I'll be completely honest. Why be on the beach? Why be in Puerto Rico or wherever when you could be right here at Worthen Arena for spring break? That's just my take. And let's talk about this Ball State team. What a season they've had. Their second outright MAC regular season title in school history. 23-7 going into this matchup. 15-2 in the MAC. So many records being broken and shattered in this season, and they look to cap it off with a senior night victory heading into Cleveland for the MAC tournament. Just for Ball State, what do you think the mindset is going into this game when they've already clinched the #1 seed in the MAC?
Well, if you want some extra motivation as the Cardinals, a win tonight and you tie the program record for Mid-American Conference victories in a season. As they had 16 last year, they're looking to get 16 this season. So there's certainly a reason to go out there and perform the way that you need to get a victory. Even though it's not against a big opponent, it would still be a big win to tie up that program record. We know Coach Salih is going to have his squad ready. For them, this is a tune-up game before you head to Cleveland next week. You need to go in with some confidence. You can't lay down and give up a poor performance today. You have to go out, give everything, and build up your stature for Cleveland next week.
And now to the starting lineups for both teams. For the Bobcats, you have Kate Dennis, the senior, out there with Bailey Tabling, Asia Baxter alongside Anissa Jones, and rounding it out with Kennedy Watkins. Those are your Ohio Bobcats, coached by Bob Bolden. And for the Ball State Cardinals, it's an all-senior starting five on senior day. Allie Becky leading the charge alongside Lachelle Austin. Then it's Marie Kiefer manning the paint with Alex Richard and Madeline Bischoff closing it out.
These are two fantastic coaches going at it. You mentioned Coach Salih. He's had his 8th 20-win season this year. 260 wins on his career in 13 years as the Cardinal head coach. You look at Coach Bob Bolden for Ohio. He's taken this team to the NCAA tournament, doing so in 2015. 5 WNITs, and he's been a fantastic coach here at Ohio. It's been a tough season for his squad, but you can tell that Bobcat Athletics are confident that he can bring this squad back.
Yeah, with the experience he has, for sure. It'll be Kiefer and Watkins to tip it off for the Cardinals, and the Bobcats. Ball State wins the tip, and we are underway from Worthen Arena. Allie Becky takes it up for Ball State. She's on the left wing. Now she penetrates. Back outside to Bischoff on the far corner. She loses control, out of bounds, Ohio ball.
That's just a tough pass, fitting it into a tight window, stuck around the boundary and the defender there in the far corner.
Anissa Jones takes it up for Ohio, a graduate student, spent the last 2 years at Dayton. Tabling has it straight away, passes out to her left to Watkins. She pushes, spins off of Kiefer. Her lay-in is short. Becky the other way, cross-court pass to Lachelle Austin. She's on the far side, looking for Richard on a back cut. It's tipped, but she gets it back. Open driving lane, open Bischoff on the right wing for three, swirls out. Marie Kiefer the long rebound. 20 on the shot clock, back outside to Allie Becky. Kiefer's in the jam. She has to go back to Becky on the right wing. Dribbles with her right hand, swings it on over to Bischoff. Now Kiefer at the top of the key. Back out Lachelle Austin, 4 on the shot clock. Lob up inside for Kiefer, goes glass and good. 2-0 Cardinals, only a minute into this one.
That's the basketball IQ of Marie Kiefer.
Wide open underneath the basket, Asia Baxter, and one Ohio with a chance to take an early 3-2 lead with a free throw from the Warren Central alum, Asia Baxter. A little homecoming for her today.
Tough one for Marie Kiefer there. She had the right idea, getting into the restricted zone to try and contest that shot. Just a little too much contact and the confidence from Baxter to take it up on one of the best defenders in the MAC.
And Baxter completes the three-point play from the free throw line. Cardinals move it left to right with their white uniforms, gray lettering. Ohio in the black with the green lettering. Becky straight away gives off to Bischoff on the left wing. Hands off Lachelle Austin at the point. Now Allie Becky controls, guarded closely by Baxter, the sophomore. Goes between the legs at the MAC logo. Back cut, Richard up under and in. 4-3 Cardinals, 8:30 to go in the first quarter.
Allie Becky just finds the passing lanes down low, eyes up, always finding her targets.
Allie Becky now 8 assists away from setting the single season Cardinal record for assists. Kate Dennis on the left wing for Ohio counters with a three-pointer to make it 6-4 Bobcats. Cardinals moving quickly, however. Marie Kiefer hands off to Madeline Bischoff at the top of the key. Fires it across to Lachelle Austin on the left wing. Pass inside to Richard. Up over and rims out. Out of bounds off of Kate Dennis. Trying to corral in the rebound. Goes out of bounds on the baseline. Cardinals catch a break.
Kate Dennis, that's a tough one there for the senior. One of the more experienced players on this roster. 2.1 rebounds per game, but just lost the handles on that one.
Becky on the inbound, the right side of the basket. Cardinals on the right end of the court. Lobs up on the perimeter to Lachelle Austin. She's on the high block, hands off to Madeline Bischoff. Back outside Kiefer, now she penetrates. Open driving lane, carves her way to the cup for two. We're knotted up at 6, under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bailey Tabling takes it up for Ohio, an All-MAC freshman last year. Pass inside the Baxter is deflected by Alex Richard and out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay right here with the Bobcats.
How many steps did you count on that drive for Marie Kiefer?
I'm looking at the replay right now. I'm going to say 2. Maybe that's the hometown bias. Watkins drives on Richard, too strong. Bischoff inhaling the miss for Ball State. Now left to right, the Cardinals move, trying to take the lead as they're all tied up at 6. Deep three from Bischoff off the side of the rim. Back up from Becky, just off the mark. Ohio takes possession yet again.
Bischoff 1 of 6 against Buffalo earlier this week from beyond.
Kennedy Watkins will try one in the far corner, and she gets it to fall for 3. Ohio's second three-pointer of the day. It's 9-6 in their advantage. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Allie Becky takes it up, swings across to Austin. Now the high block Kiefer. Inside Richard takes a jumper. It's all glass, no rim, not in the good way. Ohio back the other way, right to left with Tabling.
A lot of bad misses early on for the Cardinals. Not many of them have even been close.
Top of the key, Baxter. She pump fakes. Now she drives. Swings out left side, near corner. Watkins, a three-pointer. Back to back for the Bobcats. 12-6. Don't look now, but Ohio tearing it up in the first quarter.
And Watkins didn't make a single three-pointer this week against Western Michigan. 0 of 4. She's on fire early in this one.
What a run she's had. Wide open Marie Kiefer, middle of the lane, goes glass and good. Cardinals respond to make it a 4-point game. 6 minutes and some change left to go in the first quarter. It's Anissa Jones taking it up for Ohio, playing in her final collegiate game today, the graduate student. Left side Tabling, guarded closely by Bischoff. Swings across, top of the key to Baxter. Now Jones with it, tries to carve her way off of Kiefer. Has the mismatch, but goes back out to Watkins. 5 on the shot clock, guarded by Austin. Spin move, middle of the lane, draws the foul. It's an offensive foul, actually, as Lachelle Austin was just able to get her feet set. That'll go into the Cardinals' direction. 5:51 to go in the first quarter. Some changes being made for both teams. It'll be Elise Stuck and MJ Johnson coming in for Madeline Bischoff and Alex Richard. But now there's going to be an official review, probably looking at that charge or no charge potentially, because the question is, did Lachelle Austin have her feet set?
I think the question here could be as well whether or not that's a flagrant, because Kennedy Watkins, the contact was made with the elbow to the jaw of Lachelle Austin. I would be surprised if they actually keep it as a regular foul. I mean, it was some tough contact. Austin kind of sold it there. Maybe that would draw the officials away from changing this to a flagrant, but it's close, and anything up to the head is worthy of a flagrant according to the rules, especially when it's elbow straight to the jaw. I mean, that's hard contact to give.
And talk about selling it well. Lachelle Austin, she was pretty slow to get up, so I think that point might have some validity to it. But today, with it being senior day, many people talk about the core four of Ball State women's basketball, that being Allie Becky, Madeline Bischoff, Marie Kiefer, and Alex Richard. So each quarter, we're going to talk about one of the members of the core four. For the first quarter, let's take a look into Marie Kiefer of the Cardinals, and what she has done is nothing short of spectacular in her Ball State career. Today, with just one block, all she needs is one block, yet to get that, but whenever she does get that, she will have the single season record for blocks in a season at Ball State. She already has the all-time blocks record. Kiefer last year started all 34 games. She has been a mainstay on this team for the past 3-4 years. What Kiefer has done as a Cardinal has been nothing short of spectacular.
You know, she's tied for first for that season blocks record. She also has the third place spot, earning that in 2023 with 51 blocks. She has been so consistent as a defensive player for Ball State. You look at the rest of the core four, a lot of them are surrounded with their offensive talent. You talk about Becky and Richard especially. They are offensive units, Becky being the facilitator, Richard being the scorer this season. But Marie Kiefer has been the glue player for this team, leading them in rebounds per game and being one of the best blockers in Ball State history. You can argue the best in history. She has been phenomenal this season. 9 games with double-digit points, 3 double-doubles. She started all 34 last season. She started every single one this year as well.
And they called an intentional foul going back to that last call. So Ball State with possession, but going back to Marie Kiefer, the one thing that's different about her from any other member of the core four, you look at the other three with Richard, Becky, and Bischoff, they all come from Indiana high schools. Kiefer's from Kentucky, went to Brostart College. She had quite the resume there. She was a Kentucky All-Star, and she was the first player from her high school to do that since 2001.
She's an absolute legend across the borders, Marie Kiefer. You know, she's a senior right now. Her high school career definitely behind her. She's 4 years into it here at Ball State, and every single year she has been a contributor, came on to the scene her freshman year. Big campaign. Coach Salih has preached about how much effort she gives onto the floor every single time she's out there. There's a reason she has started back-to-back seasons. Coach Salih trusts what Kiefer brings to the table, and she's proven it this year. 6th in the MAC in rebounds per game, 1st in blocks per game. She's almost averaging 2 a game, one of the leaders in all of Division I basketball.
Allie Becky at the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws, swirls out on the first attempt. Everybody back as the intentional foul was called in the paint, and she's able to go 2 for 2. Cardinals do get possession as that foul was upgraded to a flagrant. Becky will inbound on the near side. Now they say Kiefer, so it's 12-9 Ohio, just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Becky takes it up left to right, guarded by McWhorter, who checks into the game for Ohio, the Wake Forest transfer, also a senior. Becky takes it up on the high block, chest pass out to Lachelle Austin, deep three-pointer, just too much on that, out of bounds on the baseline. Ohio takes possession yet again.
That's just a low percentage shot. No need to take it with that much contested defense.
Now Gigi Bauer up with it for the Bobcats, a freshman. McWhorter Guarded by Elise Stuck, also playing her final game at Worthen Arena. Backs her down, back outside Bowers. Straight away, three cash. Ohio, it's raining threes today. 15-9, a little over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Allie Becky on the left wing takes it up for the Cardinals. Guarded by McWhorter. Lob up inside for Austin. She's double teamed. Goes back out to the far corner with Becky. Half of the shot clock is down. Becky still with it straight away. Inside for Elise Stuck. She juggles it, puts it back up, and draws the contact. Throws up a circus shot, but she's able to get what she wants, and that is a trip to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's another low percentage shot, but a smart one taken by Stuck. Like you said, she just chucked it up, hoping to draw the foul. Extended her back leg a little bit just to emphasize the amount of contact she received, whether or not it was really that aggressive from McWhorter, but it draws the foul.
Elise Stuck hits the first free throw of two. The transfer from Michigan in her first year as a Cardinal, the graduate student, has made quite the impact. She has been dealing with injuries. She returned against Central Michigan as she goes 2 for 2 on February 26th, just a few days ago. After missing 11 games due to a foot injury, now she's back for the final stretch for the Cardinals. 15-11, Ohio leads, just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. McWhorter swings across right side on the perimeter to Gigi Bauer, the freshman. She pushes on Lachelle Austin. Back outside, Aaliyah McWhorter, under 10 on the shot clock. She dribbles at the free throw line, goes strong with her left hand, spins off of MJ Johnson, just off the mark on the back iron, collected by Kiefer. Becky with it the other way on the right end of the court. On the left arc, guarded by Bauer, a senior on freshman matchup. Look at what we got here. Becky goes between the legs, now hands off on the right wing to Elise Stuck. Lob up inside for MJ Johnson. She's double teamed. A cutting Marie Kiefer frees her up and goes glass for two. 15-13 Ohio, only a 2-point lead with right around 4 minutes to go in the first half, quarter I should say. Cassidy Lafler drives baseline for the Bobcats. She's at the MAC logo but goes back outside on the perimeter. 15 to go on the shot clock. Hands off to McWhorter. Has the mismatch on Stuck. Pushes and draws the contact with the shot. Aaliyah McWhorter will shoot 2 free throws for Ohio.
One of the better free throw shooters on this team, by the way, 68%. She was 1 of 1 beyond the arc and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe against Western Michigan on the 5th of this month. If you want a free throw shooter, she's probably the one that Coach Bolden is happy to see at the foul line.
Yeah, and McWhorter, as a whole, just a great shooter in general. Back on February 22nd, she had a perfect game from the field, 8 for 8, scoring 18 points. Her first free throw is able to fall to make it a 3-point game, but as a whole, Aaliyah McWhorter has made a big impact on this Bobcat team.
You know, something to note, that was Marie Kiefer's second personal.
Yeah, that is definitely something to note right there. Already her second foul, and we are just barely over the halfway point of the first half. She missed the second free throw, 16-13. Cardinals back with it on the right side. Open Austin on the right wing, but feeds inside to Elise Stuck. Allie Becky on the left wing, back straight away. Lachelle Austin, her three-pointer is money. Cardinals tie it up at 16.
Just a 25% three-point shooter, but nothing but confidence there.
Wide open underneath the basket for Cassidy Lafler. Too much mustard on that pass from Tabling. Goes out of bounds on the baseline off of the fingertips of Lafler. Cardinals and Bobcats making some changes. We see Anissa Jones checking back in for Bailey Tabling. And for the Cardinals, Lachelle Austin subbed out in favor of Madeline Bischoff.
And Coach Salih was furious at MJ that she allowed Lafler to get so open down in the paint. Lucky that resulted in a turnover.
3 minutes to go in the first period, tied at 16. Richard double-teamed, surrounded by a sea of black, puts up a shot and draws the contact. Alex Richard will take a trip to the charity stripe.
You know, I'm going to be honest, I have not seen Coach Salih that upset at one of his players, and it's with due reason. It's an unnecessary wide-open player in the paint on the defensive end, and you're tied up at 16 right now against a team that I'm sure Coach Salih knows they should beat.
Yeah, and at this point in the year, especially when you've already clinched the 1 seed in the MAC, it's all about getting ready for Cleveland. And that is one way to do so. Alex Richard goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Bobcats back with it the other way, right to left. Jones controls for Ohio, the former Ohio State Buckeye and Dayton Flyer. She pushes on Madeline Bischoff. Spin move on the low block, swings across, left wing. The three-pointer from Bauer swirls out, collected by Lafleur for Ohio. They still have possession. Jones, step back just inside the perimeter. It's off the mark and collected on the long rebound from Richard. Cardinals move quick left to right. About 2:30 to play in the first quarter. Back outside, Bischoff lets a left wing three fly. It swirls out. Richard with the rebound. Goes up with a spin move. It's short. MJ Johnson inhaling the miss and puts it back up. Cardinals take the lead back, 18-16.
Just a lot of misses by Ball State right now. Unnecessary shots. Lucky that MJ was there.
McWhorter in a jam. Swings across outside Lafleur. A three-pointer at the top of the key. Off back iron. Becky the other way. There's Bischoff. Has it on the left wing. Pump fakes. Drives. MJ Johnson open behind her. Passes back behind her. Out of bounds on the baseline. Ohio takes possession and a change made for the Cardinals. Grace Kingery in for MJ Johnson. And for Ohio, it's Kate Dennis and Asia Baxter coming in for Danny Scully and Cassidy Lafleur.
It seems like the Cardinals are just having mental relapses right now. Too many shots that don't need to be taken, sloppy turnovers, missed assignments on defense. This is a rough go at it to start off.
Still a 2-point lead, however. The far corner. Jones drives up under, and a travel called before she can get the shot up. Cardinals take possession, and Ohio makes another change back into the game. The leading scorer at 15 points per game for this Bobcat team. Already the leading scorer on the day as well. Kennedy Watkins checks back in, and Allie Becky takes it up for the Cardinals on the right side of the court where they hold a 2-point lead. Just over a minute to play in the first quarter. Bischoff at the top of the key goes back out to the freshman Kingery. Bounces over to Becky. On a hop to Elise Stuck on the far corner. Her three-pointer is cash. 21-16, Elise Stuck with the tray.
5 points in the first quarter. She's having herself a day so far.
Proving that that injury was no problem that she dealt with for 11 games. Pushing in Jones with the contact. It's short off of Bischoff. Becky moves quickly. Bischoff has an open lane. Kingery, far corner three-pointer, swirls out. Elise Stuck is there, hits the deck hard to pick up the mess. And the jump ball called. Looks like it'll go into Ohio's possession. Elise Stuck hitting that deck hard to get that rebound, but the possession arrow in Ohio's favor.
Another miss from beyond the arc for Ball State. Bischoff 0 of 3 right now. Kingery missing her first attempt there. The team 2-7 so far. Ohio 4-6.
And that truly does make a difference. Bounce pass at the top of the key to Gigi Bauer. Baxter swings across left wing. A three from Anissa Jones goes off of the back iron hard. About 5 seconds separating shot and game clock. We're at 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Inside Elise Stuck, she's double teamed, throws up another circus shot again to draw the foul. She will shoot 2 free throws.
She knows that she has the size down low, 6'1" grad student, and Ohio doesn't really have a good matchup for her in the paint. She knows that if she can go up, she's going to get at least 1 or 2 Bobcat defenders in the restricted zone to bite, and she can draw fouls like that one.
Here we go. Elise Stuck able to get the first free throw to swirl in as the Cardinals lead 22-16. Shot clock now off. Game clock at 26.5 seconds. And Elise Stuck goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. Tabling takes it up for Ohio. She recently checked back into the game during the intermission, guarded by Lachelle Austin, who checked back in for Allie Becky. Game clock at 15. Bobcats taking their time, holding out for the final shot of the quarter. Jones on the left wing. Lob up inside for Watkins with Stuck on her at the MAC logo. Throws up a lay-in. It swirls in. 22-18. Lachelle Austin, half-court heave just off the side of the rim. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Ball State 22, Ohio 18. A high-scoring first quarter.
High scoring and surprising from Ohio, shooting 43% from the field, 57% from beyond the arc. That's what's been able to keep them in this one. They forced a couple shots from beyond, but Kennedy Watkins, a perfect 2 of 2. Powers gotten 1 to fall. Very surprising to see Ohio have so much confidence from three-point range. They're ranked 11th in the conference in three-point percentage at 28% on the season, but they're shooting it like they're the best three-point shooting team in the MAC right now.
Yeah, we'll see if that continues. We're going to take it to a quick commercial break. We'll be back for second quarter action. Ball State 22, Ohio 18. You were listening to Ball State Women's Basketball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
Back from Worthen Arena for the second quarter of action. On Senior Day, the Ball State Cardinals lead 22 over the Ohio Bobcats, 22-18, I should say. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by Brayden Carroll, and many people talk about the core four of Ball State's senior class, that being Alex Richard, Marie Kiefer, Allie Becky, and Madeline Bischoff. So many great players in this upcoming senior class. Let's talk about one of them, Alex Richard. And man, what a run she's had. And all of these players are different in their own way. Richard is different in the way of she didn't start her career here at Ball State. She was at Avon High School, but she started at Butler. She had her freshman year there. She scored 20 points in a game against number 8 IU in her freshman year at Butler. Transferred over to Ball State, and man, the rest has been history. She was MAC Player of the Week a few weeks back, a 1,000-point scorer. She's done it all here as a Cardinal.
And it's no surprise that she's been so successful. She averaged 7.4 points per game as a freshman at Butler. Coach Salih found her down there in Indianapolis, brought her here to Muncie, and this has been a breakout year for her. She's leading the team in points per game. She had 14 games with double-digit points last season. She has 18 this season, and there's still more games to go for this Ball State squad. 3 games with double-digit rebounds, too, putting her at 2 double-doubles on the season. She has improved every single year in her career.
Yeah, the last 5 games averaging 19.5 points per game. It's wild what she's been able to do this season. Cardinals on the right side of the court. Becky bounces it over to Lachelle Austin. She controls on the right wing. Pass inside to Richard. Puts it up and in just as we were speaking of her. 24-18. Richard tacks on another 2 points. Full court pass for Ohio. Watkins underneath the basket. Too strong. Collected by Bischoff. Becky takes it up as the Cardinals lead 24-18 to start the second quarter. Bischoff with a top of the key 3. It's off the back iron.
Bischoff 0 of 4 right now. She was 1 of 6 against Western Michigan from beyond the arc. Tough stretch. She's usually a strong shooter from beyond, but right now she is not being successful there.
Asia Baxter underneath the basket over Bischoff, swirls out. Richard tips it out of bounds. It'll stay on the left side of the court with Ohio. And yeah, Bischoff, even in the last 4 games, single-digit points throughout the last 4 games for her. Ohio inbounds. Baxter, far corner 3, goes too strong. Lachelle Austin takes it up for Ball State. 9 minutes to play in the first half. 24-18, Cardinals out in front. The handoff to Stuck at the top of the key. Becky with it straight away, guarded by Watkins. Chest pass over to Lachelle Austin on the right wing. Cardinals spreading the love with 10 on the shot clock. Still working the perimeter with Bischoff. Far corner Becky. She has a look, drives in. Elise Stuck, open driving lane with the foul, puts it up. Stuck with a chance to complete the three-point play, 26-18 Cardinals.
Lee Stuck has been tough so far down low. Not much that the Bobcats have been able to do. I mean, they have two players down there in the restricted zone to defend that one. That was Bailey Tabling going in with the contact, and Elise Stuck, I don't even know if she felt it.
It seemed like she didn't. She completed the three-point play completely unfazed. Right to left, Bailey Tabling takes it up just under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Anissa Jones drives baseline off the mark off of the glass. Bischoff inhaling the miss. Cardinals left to right. Lachelle Austin on the right wing. She pushes at the MAC logo. Swings out near corner. Stuck. What a tear she's on for three. Elise Stuck up to 12 points already. 30-18 Cardinals lead, and a timeout called by head coach Bob Bolden of the Bobcats. The officials also, it looks like they're taking a look at something as well, but it seems like Bolden did call the timeout, however. 30-18 Cardinals, 8:19 to go in the second quarter.
Elise Stuck, you mentioned it, 12 points. Her season high was 20 against Buffalo in the first game with the Bulls back in January. She's on pace to break that season high. Absolutely standout performance here. A transfer from Michigan, played there from the COVID year to 2024. She was last year's academic All-Big Ten member for the Wolverines. And, you know, you mentioned it in the All-MAC, and it's not really mentioned that much just because people think it's not that important of a stat. That's tough to do in the Big Ten.
Yes.
Especially at Michigan. That's a tough school. She's a smart player, a smart student, and right now she's taken nothing but smart shots. 3 of 3 from the field, 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Perfect 100 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, because at that level especially, you can just say, I play basketball, I don't play school. But Elise Stuck definitely did not do that. And with this Ball State team, with this being her first and only year here, it's interesting. I saw a story that for Ball State SportsLink that Tristan Floor and Dominic Liacani did on Elise Stuck. And Elise basically said that this Ball State team has reignited her love of the game that she lost somewhere along the way. Maybe didn't get the playing time she wanted at Michigan. She was a part of a really good Elite 8 team in 2022. However, she's getting that playing time here at Ball State, and it's paying dividends for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't care what level you are on. I mean, sitting on the bench, it's a hard feeling to take, especially for a player as good as Elise Stuck has proven to be. She started 3 games last season for Michigan, averaged only 2 points per game, 2 rebounds per game. It was definitely an issue of she just didn't get the time that she wanted. That's why she came here and transferred to Coach Salih and this Ball State squad, and she's proven that she was right all along. She is a fantastic player, and she's had a great year.
Yeah, averaging career highs all across the board, 10 points per game. As a matter of fact, she's one of 5 Cardinal players with double-digit points per game. Goes to show the depth of this Ball State team.
You know, Coach Salih predicted it in the preseason. He said about Elise Stuck, we targeted one player and one player only for the forward spot, and it was Elise. Her impact will be big. He said exactly that, and exactly that has been true. Her impact for this Cardinal squad, she was the missing piece as that transfer.
She sure was. It's hard to imagine, even with the depth that this Ball State team has, it's hard to imagine where the Cardinals are at without Elise Stuck. We did see the Cardinals without Stuck for 11 games, and they did drop a couple of games in the MAC, one of those to Toledo. But now here we are, Ohio with possession going right to left with Anissa Jones taking it up. 8:19 to go in this second quarter. Bob Bolden called a full timeout trying to rally the troops.
You can't blame him. Strong first quarter for his team, and now they face a 12-point deficit. Want some juice here in the final 8 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and that was the issue in their last game against Western Michigan. Ended up losing 75-56, only scoring a combined 16 points in the second half. Watkins spins off far side. Now Kate Dennis hands back off to Watkins. 15 on the shot clock on the left end of the court. Straight away, swings it out to Tabling. She pushes on Becky. 10 on the shot clock. Back straight away, Baxter. Straight away, swirls out. Becky collecting the miss. Cardinals left to right. Austin pushes. Euro throws it up and draws the contact. It looks like it will be a shooting foul for Lachelle Austin shooting 2 free throws. Or now are they going to say, it looks like it will be 2 free throws, yes, because that was the question, would it be on the floor or not? Lachelle Austin kind of just threw up the shot, but she will shoot 2.
Asia Baxter checking out, that's her 3rd personal. One of the better players on this team. She got the start against Western Michigan. She started 26 games now this season. Tough for Coach Bolden to have to make this adjustment so early.
Lachelle Austin hits the free throw to make it 31-18 in the last game against Buffalo as Austin goes 2 for 2. She had 0 points. The last time Austin had 0 points in a game was January of 2024 when she was at Eastern Michigan. So quite a bit of time between those 2 dates. 32-18 as Austin goes 2 for 2. Ohio on the left end of the court, they control. It's Watkins straight away, guarded by Stuck. She spins off, goes back outside to Cassidy Lafleur with the switch on Stuck. Bischoff is now on Watkins on the far side. Tabling right wing, 5 on the shot clock. Gets 2 defenders to miss, weaves her way to the cup, and it swirls out. Cardinals catching a break. Lachelle Austin moving quick. Far side, Stuck. She wants another 3. Unable to get it. Richard gets it back up for the Cardinals, though. And it's Sia Black goes back outside to Stuck. Right wing, 3-pointer, Bischoff. Off back iron. Bischoff yet to hit a 3 in this game. She has been struggling the last couple of games. Right wing, Anissa Jones guarded by Austin. Back straight away, it's Bailey Tabling. Ohio with a deficit of 32-18. Kate Dennis throws up a left wing 3, and it doesn't even graze the net. It's an air ball. Cardinals take possession.
Grace Kingery subbing in for Madeline Bischoff. I can't tell if it's just maybe a case of the yips for Bischoff. She's a 36% shooter on the season. She's 1 of 11 in her last 2 games against Buffalo and here against Ohio. Very uncharacteristic of her to have such a dry stretch.
Yeah, last year she was top 50 in the entire nation in 3-pointers per game. Allie Becky left to right. Control straight away on a hop to MJ Johnson. Feed inside for Stuck, stripped away, but out of bounds on Tabling right on the baseline. It'll stay here with the Cardinals.
And another thing about Bischoff's shooting from beyond, she's taking smart shots. A lot of them, she's been wide open, and they just haven't connected.
The feed inside to Johnson gets trampled, hits the deck hard. Foul on the floor again, is staying with Ball State.
Ohio, there's 6:34 left on this second quarter clock, and that's the team's 3rd personal of this quarter. 2 away from sending Ball State to a 2-shot bonus.
Allie Becky lobs up on the perimeter. Wide open MJ Johnson in the paint, but they instead find an open Kingery on the left wing for 3, and she drains it. 35-18, Cardinals on a tear in this second quarter, and a timeout called. Looks like by the officials. The officials point to themselves. I wonder what they could possibly be looking at. But 35-18, 6:26 to go in this second quarter. But now it looks like that's going to be another timeout on Bob Bolden. So he is draining these timeouts early into the first half.
Bobcats giving up that extra swing. You can't leave Grace Kingery open. I understand Ball State has had the threat in the paint so far with 16 points down low compared to Ohio's 4. They're winning down underneath the basket, but Grace Kingery is a 35% 3-point shooter. You have to maintain a position on her, and right there, just the easy swing out over to the wing. She's wide open. She's not going to miss that type of shot.
No, Grace Kingery has been borderline automatic from beyond the arc as a freshman. The bright future she has, it's crazy to think about. Watkins at the top of the key for Ohio on the left side of the court. Danny Scully, who has checked back into the game for the second time today, also a freshman, gives back out to McWhorter. 10 on the shot clock. Ohio still working the perimeter. Straight away Watkins steps back, pulls the trigger on a 3 off the left side of the rim. Lachelle Austin takes it up quickly for the Cardinals. Kingery in transition on the right wing. Johnson, the feed inside for Stuck. She one-hands it on the grab, throws it up too much. Ohio back with it right to left. Watkins, it's 2-on-1 as she spins middle of the driving lane and swirls it in. Off of the glass, through the cup, 35-20. Ohio cuts it down to 15. Just over 5:30 to play in the second quarter. Allie Becky on the right arc. Dribbles with her left hand, now back to her right at the free throw line. MJ Johnson controls, looking for Lachelle Lawson on the far corner. Goes out of bounds, deflected by Watkins. It'll stay right here with the Cardinals.
Watkins showing her impact here right now. Double-digit points already with 10 in this first half. Getting in there with the defensive tip away. She's playing smart.
Elise Stuck at the top of the key, gives to Becky. Far corner Kingery, now back to Becky on the perimeter. Cardinals sharing the love just beyond the arc with Lachelle Austin. Now back outside Kingery on the left wing. 3 on the shot clock, a deep one from Austin. Off back iron, Ohio back in possession with it. Just over 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. A deep 3 from Tabling, and she's able to get that one to fall. Bailey Tabling makes it 35-23, a 12-point advantage for the Cardinals, however. Just under 5 minutes to play now. Grace Kingery on the left wing on a hop to Allie Becky. Cross-court pass to Austin on the near corner. Back top of the key to Kingery. Elise Stuck now controls, hands off Austin. A screen from Stuck on the right wing. Feed inside for MJ Johnson. The pass from Elise Stuck goes too long and out of bounds on the baseline. A change now made for the Cardinals. Alex Richard comes in for Elise Stuck. And Ohio gets possession with 4:32 to go in the first half. They trail 35-23.
They're going to need something here. They should just keep pushing the perimeter. 5 of 12 so far from beyond the arc. The whole team has had confidence. Might as well swing it to Tabling, see what she can do.
The feed inside for Watkins goes too long, out of bounds on the baseline. Back-to-back turnovers for each team. Cardinals take possession now left to right. For Ohio, it's only their 3rd turnover of the contest. Becky controls left to right, just over 4 minutes to play in the first half. At the top of the key, guarded by Aaliyah McWhorter. Alex Richard comes up top with the screen. The mismatch, the pick and roll gets hacked on her way to the cup. Foul on the floor. That'll be Ohio's 4th foul of this half. On the floor, Cardinals keep possession. Allie Becky will inbound on the baseline. Bounces in to Alex Richard. She's double-teamed underneath the cup. She's in a jam, has to go outside to Lachelle Austin at the straightaway point. MJ Johnson now pushes with a screen from Richard. Lachelle Austin, the mid-range area. Her pass across court is deflected, but back into the hands of Grace Kingery at midcourt. Austin, a deep 3 with 2 on the shot clock. Off the mark, Richard picks up the mess. Back up and in. 37-23. Richard with the senior day bucket. Bailey Tabling, cross court. Lachelle Austin intercepts the pass, but tips it out of bounds on the near side. It'll stay with Ohio. And a change made for the Bobcats. Gigi Bauer checks in for Kennedy Watkins. And for the Cardinals, Madeline Bischoff will check in for MJ Johnson.
Gigi Bauer, a freshman from Ohio, on this Ohio team. One of those players that Coach Bolden's trying to rebuild this program around next season.
Yeah, you look at her and another freshman on the floor right now, Danny Scully. She controls on the right wing. Scully pushes back outside Tabling. Surely Tabling will be a part of that rebuild as well. Only a sophomore. She's stripped away by Alex Richard at the MAC logo. Long pass. Bischoff saves it from going out of bounds, but just not in time. Her foot touches on the baseline as she tried to save it on the long pass. Ohio takes possession now. They trail 37-23, just over 3 minutes to play in half number 1.
That pass, that was intended for Alex Richard, I believe, but she never got her head around. Bischoff just tried to save it from going out of bounds, not in time.
Cassidy Lafleur on Bischoff. She spins, middle of the paint. It's tipped away by Bischoff. Stays here out of bounds on the baseline.
Ohio, I'm surprised that they keep going down low into the paint. If I were the Bobcats, use the cup as a decoy.
Tabling pulls the trigger on the left wing 3, and she nets it. 37-26, 6 points now for Bailey Tabling. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Cardinals control on the right side of the court. Bischoff pump fakes, now gives off to Grace Kingery at the top of the key. Becky controls on the right wing, guarded by the freshman Bauer, a senior on freshman matchup. Back with it, Lachelle Lawson on the right wing. Cardinals doing the opposite of the Bobcats, working the perimeter instead. Richard pushes, and it looks like it'll be an offensive foul going against Alex Richard as Ohio is able to draw the charge, more specifically the freshman Danny Scully.
And Richard just has to know better. Driving along the baseline, you know that the defender is going to try and trap you and draw the block, or draw the charge rather.
And that's exactly what Danny Scully did, the freshman with a veteran-like move, I will say. Left wing tabling, drives on the baseline. Off of Bischoff, it's short. She collects the miss, passes out to Becky, and tabling tipped it out of bounds on the baseline. Cardinals keep possession, 2:03 to go in the second quarter. 37-26 Cardinals in front.
Ohio, they have to find some type of way to stop Ball State from kicking it down low so much. Because every time they go down low, the Bobcats are swinging down there and they leave the perimeter open. They have to play full court defense, defensive ball.
Becky at the point, swings across Kingery at the top of the key. Left wing now, Becky controls. Only 1 point to her name today. Steps back, she's at the free throw line. Back outside the far corner, Bischoff. Her three-pointer, Drano. Maddie Bischoff's first three-pointer of the day on senior day. 40-26 Cardinals.
She needed that one.
Yeah, that's an understatement, especially going into Cleveland. That is a big three-pointer for her. McWhorter drives through a sea of white, throws it up, it swirls out. Foul as Aaliyah McWhorter takes yet another trip to the charity stripe. Earlier in the contest, she went one for two there. Cassidy Lafleur checks out for Ohio in favor of Watkins. Elise Stuck comes in for Grace Kingery for Ball State. It will be 2 free throws for Aaliyah McWhorter.
Minute 23, you're bringing in Elise Stuck, getting the size out on the floor. With this much time left, you don't really want to look for a three. You just want to drive inside, get some points. I think that's what Coach Salih is thinking here to end this first half.
McWhorter hits the first free throw. Again, spending the last 4 years at Wake Forest, missing 2 whole seasons due to injury, however. Last season had a bounce back year as she goes 2 for 2, making a start against North Carolina. Allie Becky straight away, swings across Bischoff. She wants another three. She's unable to get it, though, off the back iron. Richard tips it out of bounds. It'll go to Ohio. 1:11 to go in the second quarter. Ball State out in front 40-28. Kate Dennis checks in for Ohio for Danny Scully, and MJ Johnson in for Ball State with Alex Richard.
You know, I understand Bischoff's trying to hit these threes and get her confidence back, but at the same time, you can't force them. I mean, there's not enough time allotted on the shot clock there to say, let me take a contested three ball.
Kate Dennis bounces over to Gigi Bauer. Now straightaway Watkins. The feed inside for McWhorter. Picking the pocket is Lachelle Lawson for the Cardinals. Back in transition. Feed inside Stuck. Throws it up and one. Elise Stuck doing it all today. She has 14 points and she looks to complete the three-point play.
And that's why you bring in Elise Stuck to end this first half. In transition off of turnovers like that, you can just kick it down low. She has the strength. She's not afraid of contact. She'll do exactly that. Finish with the flash.
Elise Stuck, 14 points on the day. And she makes it 15, swirls in, 43-28. Cardinals out in front, under a minute to play, about 22 seconds separating shot and game clock in this first half. Watkins drives on the far block on Stuck, goes back outside on the deferral to McWhorter. Ohio resets with 15 to go on the shot clock. Guarded by Stuck, she pump fakes, now she penetrates. Off of Stuck, throws up a shot, and an offensive foul on McWhorter. Cardinals get it the other way, and now they say travel.
Lost her gather step with the contact. Elise Stuck was in there. Great job by Elise Stuck to bring some contact into the fold, but not enough to warrant a foul.
Cardinals with 2 seconds separating shot and game clock. Right side of the court, Allie Becky taking her time, although Ohio will more than likely get the last shot in this half. 10 seconds to go. Becky controls left wing, three-pointer, pulls the string and gets it to fall. 46-28. McWhorter on the right side of the court. Half-court heave from tabling at the Cardinal head. It's an air ball, and that'll take us into halftime. Ball State 46, Ohio 28. After a back-and-forth first quarter, it was all Cardinals in the second.
And that's what Coach Sali needed his squad to do heading into the break. You don't want to go into halftime questioning your ability to win this match. They go out there in the second quarter. Elise Stuck has herself one of the best first halves that she's ever had in her career. And now the Cardinals are up 18 rather. And it's Ohio that has to go into the halftime break facing a very tough deficit.
Yeah, the Bobcats shooting 3 for 12 in that second quarter compared to 6 of 14. Big difference, and that's why they are down by a large margin going into halftime. That'll take us into a quick halftime break. We will be back with a halftime report. You are listening to SL Digital Radio, Ball State Women's Basketball, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
from Trivia Night at Brothers and Tater Tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
Back with some halftime coverage where the Ball State Cardinals leading 46-28 over the Ohio Bobcats. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by my partner Brayden Carroll. What started off as a pretty back-and-forth game in the first half, it was 22-18 in favor of the Cardinals after one. Turned into a slaughtering in the second quarter. Cardinals outscoring Ohio 24-10. What do you think was the recipe for success for Ball State in that second quarter?
For Ball State, it was about figuring out the advantage that they had down low in the paint. In the first quarter, Ohio offensively and defensively was forcing the ball around the wing, and it was working for them. I mean, they're still shooting strong from beyond the arc at 46% on 13 shots. But then in the second quarter, Ball State started figuring out the advantage that they had, especially with Elise Stuck down low in the paint, her ability to draw contact, get to the line, even a couple and ones early in that first half. I mean, they are leading the rebound margin 24-11, 8-2 on offensive rebounds, and they have 20 points in the paint compared to Ohio's 6. That was the big difference in the Cardinals starting to extend their lead. And if they can keep playing like that, it's only going to get bigger and bigger as this game goes on.
Yeah, and I think we all knew that the rebounding battle would go into the Cardinals' favor, but maybe not to the extent where it is right now. Ohio, a negative 11 rebounding margin on the season, and that's probably due in large part to the fact they don't have the height that a Ball State team has. When the Cardinals, they have three great options for bigs in Stuck, Kiefer, and Richard. I do want to talk about one of those players, and you mentioned it, Elise Stuck. 15 points. What a day she has had off of the bench. Stuck coming off of an injury, but proving that it's really no problem for her. Stuck has been the spark that the Cardinals have needed off the bench.
And, you know, for Elise Stuck, the big difference in this one, for her especially, has been the matchup that the Bobcats have put on her. They put Cassidy Lafleur on her so far, forward against forward, but Lafleur doesn't have the height on Elise Stuck at 5'11", Elise Stuck 6'1". I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Coach Bolden comes out of the break, but putting Danny Scully on her instead. That's 6'1" versus 6'1", maybe a better matchup. She's not exactly a great rebounder on the season, 2.4 on the year, Scully is, but you have to find some way to stop Elise Stuck because she is absolutely dominating on the glass.
Yeah, and defensively, Elise Stuck has had the great matchup on Ohio's Aaliyah McWhorter. That's really what we've seen on Stuck's end, and McWhorter hasn't been able to do much. So Stuck having quite the day on both ends of the floor.
And what's impressed me the most, not only her defensive performance, but she's shooting well from the field as a whole. She's 5 of 6 from the stripe and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. She's coming into this one just an 18% three-point shooter, but she's been lights out everywhere thus far.
Shifting gears, however, it doesn't help for Ohio when they're not getting the rebounds, when things are not going their way, that one of their top rebounders at 3.5 boards per game, Asia Baxter, finds herself in foul trouble with 3 fouls already. I wonder how will Bob Bolden play with her in that second half? How will he play her, and to what extent?
It's going to be tough because we've seen Elise Stuck do whatever she can to draw contact down in the paint, and it's worked, especially on Asia Baxter. I don't really know what you do if you're Coach Bolden other than keep Baxter out there and say, if you have to go a little lighter on defense as Stuck is driving, do so, but when she's going up, go up with her. You have to put your best player on Elise Stuck because right now she is the best player on the floor on either team.
Yeah, and if you would have told me that going into this game, I wouldn't be surprised, but just the fact that, like, on the scoring end of things, Allie Becky, only 4 points. The Cardinals are 2-3 on the season when Becky finishes with under 10 points. Becky playing more of that facilitation role. I wonder if that's a preview of what we'll see going into the MAC tournament.
I think it could be. Alex Richard is leading the team in points per game now. At first it was Becky in the first half of the season. Now it's Alex Richard who's been the main scorer, and we saw this against against Buffalo as well on the 5th. She only had 4 points, but backed that up with 9 assists. And right now she has 5 with 3 boards. She's definitely been taking the facilitator role And the fact that it's been back-to-back games now where she hasn't reached double digits, but she's rather been swinging it out over to the wing, to the corner, or down low to Stuck, Richard, and Kiefer. It's a working recipe. It worked against one of the better teams in the MAC at Buffalo. It's working right now against Ohio. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Salih said, hey, we're going to need you to be the main facilitator here because you're arguably the best facilitator in the MAC.
Allie Becky, to me, is the definition of a true point guard. But at the same time, along with being a great playmaker and just overall being a true point guard, like I said, she provides pretty much everything else as a three-level scorer and as a defender. So it's really, for a defense, it's pick your poison with Allie Becky. Absolutely. Active hands on defense. And like you said, she scores effectively every single way. 88% free throw shooter, good for 4th in the MAC from that percentage, 37% from beyond the arc. But on defense especially, she's 2nd in the MAC in steals per game, 2.3 average. She is so effective, a dual threat, and there's a reason she's going to go down in Ball State history. I guarantee you, in fact, her jersey will be up in the rafters eventually. Yeah, it'll be up there with the likes of Bonzi, Wells. You'll see that number 0 up there, chances are. But for Allie Becky, she has so much on the line statistically, but probably won't change. She's on pace. If she is able to pull this off today, she's on pace to be the only player ever in NCAA history to average 10 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, at least all of those numbers, for all 4 years of her collegiate career. And she would be able to just create that club. Wouldn't that be something? And not only that, the 8th player in NCAA history ever with 1,500 points, 700 rebounds, 650 assists. You're joining the likes of Caitlin Clark, Dawn Staley, Sabrina Ionescu, so many names in that class. Allie Becky now up there with them, and the only mid-major player to ever do it.
She's just an absolutely phenomenal player. I mean, you mention the names that she's beside in the NCAA record books. Caitlin Clark, Dawn Staley, the current legendary coach at South Carolina. She is just such a fantastic player, and it's kind of sad, really, that she hasn't gotten the attention of other players at her level in the history of college basketball. It's mainly just because she's a mid-major player. I mean, those 8 players that she's alongside, I believe all of them are from power conferences. She's the only one coming from a mid-major school. She'll go down in history in the MAC, but it's kind of disappointing that she's not going to go down in history in all of college basketball, because statistically and as a person, she absolutely deserves it.
Absolutely, but at the very least, she has taken this campus by storm. It's been Cardinal fever. That's why I like to call it with this women's team. There's a certain excitement in the air that Allie Becky has helped provide. And now here we go, heading into second half action. Just about 2 minutes until that point. Cardinals leading 46-28 over Ohio. We're going to kick it to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Ball State Women's Basketball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
Back from Worthen Arena for second half action on Senior Day. The Ball State Cardinals lead 46-28 over the Ohio Bobcats. And what was a back and forth first quarter turned into a bludgeoning in the second quarter from the Cardinals. Now we head into half number 2. Let's see if the Ball State Cardinals can carry that momentum going into the MAC tournament in their final regular season game.
It seems like this is just a storybook way to end the season. Up 18 on Ohio. Really, as long as they can keep pushing the paint, I don't see the Bobcats making much of a comeback here.
Watkins drives on the right side of the court for Ohio. The feed inside to Baxter. Straightaway tabling. Pulls the string on the 3. It swirls out. Richard collecting the miss. Hallie Becky back the other way for Ball State. She has it at the top of the key, guarded by tabling. Swings across to Richard. She pushes. Now back out to Becky. Kicks it over to Lachelle Austin on the left wing, guarded closely by Baxter. Cardinals working the perimeter with over half of the shot clock down. We are now at 10. Hallie Becky back with it straight away, guarded by Jones. A key screen on the right wing by Richard. Step back from Becky on the 3, just off back iron.
Had to force that shot, but she got enough space with the step back. I like the decision to go for a 3 instead of a 2.
Left wing, Kennedy Watkins pushes on Kiefer, gets the angle off of her, draws the contact on her way to the cup. It'll be 2 free throws for Kennedy Watkins.
A late whistle, but the right call. Marie Kiefer getting down there, and she tried to set her feet, but in the restricted zone, that was a blocking foul no matter what, and it's in the air.
Watkins, her second season at Ohio, spent her first 2 years at Southeast Missouri State. Her first free throw is off the mark, as she is one of the better free throw shooters on this team, 67% from the stripe. Let's see if she can bounce back here. Crowd going wild. And she's able to go 1 for 2 to make it 46-29. Ohio's in their black uniforms with the green lettering today. Ball State in the white with the gray lettering. Hallie Becky at the point, swings across far side to Lachelle Austin. Cardinals working the perimeter as they've done all day. Marie Kiefer on the left wing. She found herself in foul trouble earlier in this game. She's at 2 personal fouls. Austin spins. Richard, mid-range jumper, gets it to fall. 48-29, Cardinals strike first.
One of the underappreciated shots is the baseline mid-range jumper. Richard wide open there. She doesn't care about the stats. She knows that that is the shot to take.
8 points on the day for Alex Richard. Tabling, trying to angle her way to the cup. Pushes on Hallie Becky. Spin move, middle of the lane, goes glass and good. The sophomore tabling tacks on another 2 points. She's at 8 today, 48-31, Cardinals in front. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Becky drives baseline underneath the basket, bounces over to Lachelle Austin on the near corner for 3. She's on the left wing, back outside to Alex Richards straight away. Cardinals still on the perimeter, nobody within the 3-point arc. Cross-court pass, Austin in the near corner, shot clock down to 5. Wide open, Becky straight away, 3-pointer, just swirling out. Richard with the rebound, puts it back up and draws the contact. Alex Richard will shoot 2 free throws for Ball State as they lead 48-31.
And that's a smart toss-up by Alex Richard. She gets the rebound, and then tabling goes in for the steal, grabs her arm, and Richard has the basketball IQ to just throw it up in the direction of the basket and draw a shooting foul.
Richard is able to hit the first free throw. We spoke about her earlier in the contest, but just what a journey she's had at the collegiate level, spending her freshman year at Butler, last 3 years at Ball State as she misses the second free throw, and now here she is on senior day, potentially playing her final game at Worthen Arena. Kennedy Watkins goes strong coast to coast for Ohio on the near block, draws the contact. Her layup swirls out though. Looks like it'll be another 2 free throws for Kennedy Watkins.
When Ball State's in system with the defense set, they're pretty tough to drive inside on. There, Kennedy Watkins sees the open lane in transition, takes advantage, and at the very least, she earns a trip to the foul line.
Watkins 11 points on the day, trying to make it 12 or 13. She gets it to 12 right there. In her last game, I should say, against Western Michigan, 15 points.
She has 7 games with 20-plus points. She's been a big contributor.
She goes 2 for 2. Yes, and when you have the injuries that Ohio's had, Jaya McClure, Monica Williams, all done for the year, she has stepped up in a big way for the Bobcats. Top of the key, Becky, a deep one from 3 off the side of the rim. Richard tries to save it on the baseline from going out of bounds, but unable to do so. Ohio going left to right now.
Just an unnecessary heat check right there. 6 of 20 the Cardinals are from beyond the arc. Good for 30%. Not a great shooting night.
Left wing, Kate Dennis controls for Ohio. Swings back out to Watkins. She carves baseline. Dennis rejected by Kiefer. That's a single season record at Ball State. Franchise single season record for most blocks in a single season. Wow, Marie Kiefer doing it in a big way, rejecting Kate Dennis. Wow.
She does it in one of the rarest blocks that you can get, a perimeter block right there. Marie Kiefer into the record books, first place.
That's a program record right there. Wow, 49-23, Ball State leads. Ohio does keep possession. Drives inside, tabling, tacks on 2 points, 49-35, just under 7 minutes to play. Allie Becky backs down Jones. Swings across, no-look pass for Richard, who puts up the jumper from the free throw line for 2. 51-35, under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Cardinals lead.
Controlling the mid-range. I like the shot selection so far from Alex Richard.
On a hop to Asia Baxter at the top of the key for Ohio. Swings across far side. Anissa Jones pulls the trigger on the 3. It swirls out. Allie Becky back with it for the Cardinals. Right to left to Lachelle Austin. Cross court goes behind the back. Now Becky back in control on the right arc. Swings across to Bischoff on the near corner. Kiefer has an open driving lane. Back out Bischoff. Near corner 3. Drains it. Bischoff, her second 3 of the day. 54-35. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Dribble drive Kiefer and swing it out to Bischoff.
Watkins looking to counter, unable to do so with a 3 of her own. Bischoff with control again, and they call her with a double dribble as she was trying to punch her way to the rack. She had the driving lane, but just a misstep right there, and she is subbed out for Elise Stuck.
And the issue is she had the lane, but she also saw Lachelle Austin take position over in the far corner. I think she hesitated on her decision to go inside and thought maybe we can get an open 3 here, but a relapse in mental judgment and a double dribble.
Under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Cardinals 54, Ohio 35. Kate Dennis straightaway 3, swirls out Lachelle Austin with it. At the Cardinal head, she takes it up, now guarded by McWhorter. Goes back out to Allie Becky on the right side, kicks it inside to Kiefer, up and over and in. Marie Kiefer, another 2 points, 56-35. She's now in double digits with 10.
What a swing down low by Becky. Over 2 defenders. I don't even know how she saw Kiefer.
I surely wouldn't have. Watkins pushes on Kiefer, unable to get her way, but she gets the offensive board, puts it back up, and it goes out of bounds off of the Cardinals on the baseline. Ohio keeps it right here. And a couple of changes being made by Bob Bolton's squad. Danny Scully and Cassidy Lafleur checking in for Kate Dennis and Kennedy Watkins, and Gigi Bauer, she also comes in for Anissa Jones.
Watkins frustrated after that. 2 putback opportunities. Missed them both, but opportunity here now out of inbound.
Yeah, it's hard not to be. McWhorter pushes on Stuck. She's double teamed. Swings out top of the key. Lafleur guarded by Stuck. Kicks it back out. Tabling. Open. 3 straight away. Swirls out. Tipped back up in the air. Out of bounds. It'll stay right here with the Bobcats on the right end of the floor. An immediate timeout called. So with 4:59, Ball State leads 56-35 over Ohio. We're going to take it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You are listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Indiana's top sports media school in 2024 by the Indiana Association of School Broadcasters.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Back from Worthen Arena, just under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ball State holds a 56-35 lead over Ohio as we're in the middle of a media timeout. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by my partner Brayden Carroll. It's been all Cardinals ever since the first quarter. What have we seen ever since that first quarter that has really turned the tides?
We've seen complete domination in the paint. 29 rebounds right now for Ball State. 9 on the offensive glass. 24 points down low. That's been the difference. I give credit to Coach Bolden. They've made some adjustments. We've seen tabling go down low, get some money off the glass. 4 points in the paint for her in this second half, but the effort just hasn't been enough. There's a clear advantage in favor of the Cardinals down there.
And with it being senior day today, we talk about each player of the core four, the big part of that senior class for Ball State. And we talked about earlier with Alex Richard, Marie Kiefer. Let's talk about Madeline Bischoff now in this third quarter. From Roncalli High School, right in the Indianapolis area. She was an Indiana All-Star, very accomplished at the high school level, and she carried that over to the collegiate level. Last year had her breakout season in a sense. Third team All-MAC last year. She was projected to be preseason All-MAC second team this year. She was in that preseason poll, however, has dealt with injuries, but still one of the best three-point shooters in school history, a 1,000-point scorer. She's done it all here.
At one point this season, she was top 50 in Division I for three-pointers made, three-pointers attempted, and three-point percentage. It's gone down a bit as the season has gone on, but overall in the MAC, she's top 10 in three-point percentage, 12th in points per game. She's been a fantastic player. She missed 3 games this season with injury, one of those stouts after a concussion, but she has come back in big ways, and she has been a massive contributor since her first year at Ball State, one of Coach Salih's highlight players.
Bischoff, 6 points on the day. Ohio inbounds on the right side of the court. They trail 56-35, just under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Aaliyah McWhorter takes it up, swings across on the perimeter to Danny Scully. Now Lafleur, she penetrates on MJ Johnson. Back outside McWhorter on the high block, spins on Stuck, throws up a shot, but she travels before she can even get it up. Cardinals take possession now, going right to left.
Few tough turnovers in this one for Ohio. They've been able to keep the number low. They average 15 a game. They only have 8 right now, but that's a tough one with 2 points on the line.
Allie Becky at the top of the key. Swings across left side to Elise Stuck. Now kicks it back out to Becky on the perimeter. Cardinals sharing the love just beyond the arc. 10 on the shot clock. A screen from Kiefer. Swings inside for Elise Stuck. Too much mustard on that pass from Allie Becky, I should say. Out of bounds on the baseline. Ohio takes possession.
Right idea over everybody's heads, but she lasered that one like a quarterback throw in a spiral. Just too strong.
Becky is 2 assists away from the single season assist record in Ball State program history. Kicks it out, straightaway 3 for McWhorter, off back iron. Michelle Austin collecting the miss. 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. The feed inside for Elise Stuck. Too much on it, goes off of her fingertips on the baseline into Ohio's possession.
It's gotta be frustrating for Elise Stuck. Open twice, crashing down to the glass, and Both times the ball just out of her reach, out of her control.
McWhorter at the top of the key. Goes with it on the far side to Gigi Bauer, the freshman. Back outside tabling. Defers inside to McWhorter. Backs down Stuck. In the restricted area, has to kick it back out to tabling. Now she penetrates with her left hand, throws up a shot with the tough take and one. Bailey tabling is ridiculous. What a shot.
Acrobatic with the left hand on Allie Becky. She's heading to the baseline just outside the block. I mean, she just heaves that over her head, left-handed, off the top of the glass, and down through the circle. That's just phenomenal from tabling. She is a young sophomore with a whole lot of hopes and potential for this Bobcat unit.
Unable to complete the three-point play. It's a homecoming for her as well, alongside Asia Baxter. Trinity Lutheran High School in Indiana. She was a three-sport athlete there, playing softball and volleyball. Allie Becky, middle of the paint, lays it up, and it swirls out. Inhaling the miss is Cassidy Laffler for Ohio. Now tabling with just over 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Her Bobcats trail 37-56. Tabling on the left arc. Now she drives on the baseline. Surrounded by a sea of white. The takeaway from Becky. Jump ball called. And they give it to Ball State, the possession arrow in their favor.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they called it a jump ball so early. I thought that was a steal for sure for Allie Becky. Either way, possession to the Cards, but having the steal to her name would have been nice. It would have been her second of the game.
Becky takes it up right to left. Again, she's 2 steals away from setting a single-season program record. Feed inside to Elise Stuck, and one, puts it up and in. Allie Becky is 1 assist away. She has tied the record, and Elise Stuck looks to complete the three-point play. She's up to 17 on the day, and this is her 3rd and 1 attempt here.
Again, 2 defenders down at the cup for the Bobcats. And they got Scully down there, who has the height on Elise Stuck, both 6'1", but number 42, not much you can do when she's going up, taking the contact.
A change made for the Cardinals. Bischoff, she checks in for Allie Becky. She's able to complete the three-point play. Ohio takes it left to right now. They trail 37-59. 2:45, the clock ticking left in the third quarter. Swings across, left wing three from Cassidy Laffler off the front of the rim. Inhaling the miss is Stuck. Austin with Ball State the other way. Back outside Bischoff. Dribbles with her right hand, takes one step, now gives out to Kiefer. Back straightaway Johnson, tabling, intercepts it, goes crashing into the scorer's table on the near side. Out of bounds, he'll stay on the left end of the court with Ball State.
You can tell that Bischoff made a halftime adjustment. She hasn't taken a three-pointer yet after taking 7 in the first half, looking to facilitate rather than force those shots.
Yeah, Bischoff did go 2 for 7 with those attempts. Lachelle Austin on the left wing has 2 defenders on her, goes back out straight away to Bischoff. Right side Stuck, Cardinals still working the perimeter. Bischoff takes a jumper on the left arc just inside the perimeter, takes 3 bounces and in for Bischoff, 61-37 Cardinals.
Took about 3 seconds for that one to land as well. Lucky bounces for Bischoff.
McWhorter pushes on the baseline for Ohio on the near side block, draws the contact. The question is, will it be on the floor or will it be on the shot? And a change made for Ohio in the meantime with Anissa Jones coming in for Bailey Tabling. They are going to say it is a shooting foul. It'll be 2 free throws for Aaliyah McWhorter, who on the day is 3 for 4 from the stripe.
She was 2 of 2 against Western Michigan, 68% free throw shooter at the team average of 68, which is 11th in the MAC.
Off the front of the rim on her first attempt, McWhorter, she has Ohio in her blood. She went to Sycamore High School out in Cincinnati, but she ended up going to Wake Forest for 4 years. She goes 0 for 2 from the line. That's free tater tots for the crowd. They're going wild for it. At midcourt, Lachelle Austin is mobbed. McWhorter takes it away for the Bobcats. Coast to coast, up and over. And the foul on the floor goes against Lachelle Austin before she can put a shot up underneath the basket. Ohio keeps possession here on the right side of the basket. That is the 5th team foul for Ball State. That puts Ohio in the bonus, so now McWhorter will shoot 2 free throws yet again.
That would have been a good foul on the floor if it was not the 5th for Ball State, sending Ohio to the bonus.
After going 0 for 2, McWhorter is able to hit the first free throw. and she's able to hit the second. So the inverse of her last trip goes 0 for 2, now 2 for 2, 61-39 our score. Ohio bringing it the full court press. Wow. Just under 2 minutes to play. Ball State 61, Ohio 39 in this third quarter. Far side Bischoff, the feed inside to Johnson. She's double teamed. Foul on the floor goes against McWhorter. That will be her first foul of the day, but again, Ohio playing some tight, suffocating defense right from the half-court line.
But despite that, I like the decision by MJ to stay turned away from the basket, or else it would have been a jump ball.
Marie Kiefer up and over and off the left side of the rim. Ohio back the other way with it. It's Gigi Bauer, the freshman. Had her pocket picked, but she's still able to go outside to Kennedy Watkins. She carves her way, but it's short. Ball State the other way with it, right to left. Lachelle Lawson, top of the key. Now Stuck has a driving lane. Mac Logo pivots back outside Austin. No look pass intended for Stuck on the near block. Goes out of bounds off of the foot of Kennedy Watkins of the Bobcats. It'll stay on the left end of the court with the Cardinals. And the change made for Ohio. Kate Dennis comes in for Cassidy Lafler. The inbound for Lachelle Austin. Inside Marie Kiefer now. The feed for MJ Johnson is tipped away by Bauer. So now the Cardinals keep possession with 15 on the shot clock, 1:04 on the game clock, a 61-39 advantage. Austin, the lob up to Marie Kiefer on the high block. Takes one step, has it poked away, diving after it, gives it off to MJ Johnson in the far corner. Back at the point, Madeline Bischoff. Dribbles with her left hand, back outside. 4 on the shot clock. Deep three from Austin, drains it. Lachelle Austin's first three of the game. 64-39, under a minute to go in the third quarter.
WNBA range. Not a problem for Austin. What a shot.
Bauer straight away. 15 seconds separate shot and game clock. We're at 32 seconds on the game clock. McWhorter at the Mac logo, back outside, the far side. It's Watkins. Pulls the string on a three, and she counters with a three of her own. Kennedy Watkins makes it 64-42. Bobcats still trailing. Shot clock is off. Game clock at 15. Cardinals taking their time. Kiefer hands off to Bischoff. 10 now on the clock. A screen from Johnson. Another three from Austin. Back iron. Unable to get the heat check to fall. Bischoff with the long rebound. 1 on the clock. Half court heat from Austin. Off the back iron. Lachelle Lawson wanted it all there. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Ball State with a 64-42 advantage over Ohio as we head into the final quarter of play at Worthen Arena this season for the Ball State women's team.
And you know, what really makes me kind of happy, to be honest, is Cardinals are up 22 and everybody's smiling except for Coach Salih. He's kind of like, you know, Kurt Signetti. You know that famous picture, IU, Michigan State. Hoosiers were up like 49-10, and Signetti's still looking smug as an interrogator. Coach Salih, the same thing. It's never over. Hate to bring up old wounds, but 21-point lead for Ball State, vanquished by Central Michigan on the men's basketball side earlier this week. He knows anything can happen, and at the same time, there's always room for improvement. 10 minutes to go until it's MAC tournament time. These 10 minutes matter to this team.
They sure do. And, hey, you know the old quote, job is never finished. Brady Salih knows that. And that'll take us into the fourth quarter of action. The Ball State Cardinals lead 64-42 over Ohio here on Senior Day. We'll be right back. You are listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Back from Worthen Arena for fourth quarter action on Senior Day. The Ball State Cardinals lead 64-42 over Ohio. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by my partner Brayden Carroll. And in honor of it being Senior Day, we have to look at the core four. Four Ball State seniors that changed the program forever. And the final senior we're going to look at is Allie Becky. You all know the name. The influence she has on this program. From Brownsburg High School here in Indiana, she played varsity there as a freshman. And as a freshman at Ball State was third-team All-MAC. Second-team All-MAC her sophomore year. Last season All-MAC first-team and defensive team. MAC Player of the Week 3 times last year. Her 36 points against Central Michigan last year is fifth in program history. I can go on and on about Allie Becky. And like we mentioned earlier, she's on pace to be the only player in NCAA history to average for all 4 years at least 10 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. And she's the 8th player in NCAA history with at least 1,500 points, 700 rebounds, and 650 assists, the first mid-major player to ever do it. The feed inside from McWhorter goes too strong. It'll go to the Cardinals. And Allie Becky is also 1 assist away from setting the all-time single-season record for Ball State program history in assists.
Tied at 697 with Carmen Grand, Cardinal player from 2015 to 2018.
Cardinals in a jam at midcourt. Swings out Bischoff on the left wing. Goes back out, intercepted by Watkins. She takes it coast to coast for the Bobcats. Underneath the basket, lays it in. 64-44, Ohio cuts it down within 20. And speaking of, Allie Becky is at the scorer's table looking to check in. Nonetheless, Grace Kingery on the right wing. Gives back out. It's Marie Kiefer at the top of the key. Takes one step. Now reconsiders. Goes back out to Lachelle Austin. A screen on Bauer. Dribbles with her left hand. Now switches over to her right. Swings across. Left wing. Beyond the arc, Richard now at the top of the key. Lachelle Austin has to throw up a deep one. Off the glass, no good. It'll be a shot clock violation as it never hit the rim. Richard got the rebound for the Cardinals. It never hit the rim, though, so it's a shot clock violation, and Allie Becky checks in for Madeline Bischoff.
And Richard immediately looked to the officials to give an "are you kidding me?" I don't think it realized in her head for the first 2 seconds when that whistle was blown that it never touched the rim.
Kennedy Watkins with her left hand passes out to the left side for Kate Dennis, who hits a three-pointer, her second of the day. 64-47, Ohio. They have taken command in this fourth quarter, scoring all of the points so far. Allie Becky, a pass at the half-court line, is tipped away out of bounds on the far side. Ohio does get possession, though. They inbound on the far end.
I wonder if Allie Becky's thinking about that assist record. They just put it up on the scoreboard a few minutes ago. Either way, she's reeling closer.
Dennis, a deep three. She wants another one, unable to get it. Lachelle Austin going quick right to left. Behind the back. Now she penetrates with her left hand. Underhand, it misses. Richard puts it back up. Becky with the rebound. She resets at the top of the key. Could we see it here? With the right hand, she pushes. Back out. A three-pointer just on the line. She's able to get it to fall. They're going to call it a 2, however, right on that line. 66-47. Becky now up to 6 points on the day.
Surprisingly, her first bucket of the second half.
The spin move from Bauer. Back outside Watkins. Drives baseline. Up and over. Draws the contact. Kennedy Watkins, another 2 free throws. Not a lot of positives to touch on with Ohio, but I guess you could say one of them is that Kennedy Watkins is having quite the day. 18 points so far.
6 of 13 from beyond. And if she makes both of these, it will be her 8th game this season with 20-plus points, looking to end her career with one last hurrah.
And she's able to get the first free throw to fall. 7:54 to go in this game, 66-48. And for a lot of these players, it's really on the Ohio end. 7:54 left in their collegiate career. Marie Kiefer stumbles as Watkins hit the second free throw, stumbled in the paint. Does not matter, however. Cardinals inbound. Anissa Jones checks in for Gigi Bauer for the Bobcats. Ohio brings a full court press. Cardinals going right to left. Kiefer has nowhere to go, but Becky has an open driving lane. Pass, Richard, middle of the lane, puts it up, and that is a single season record. Allie Becky, the single season record for assists. She's done it all as a Cardinal. 68-49 Ball State.
You can barely describe how much Allie Becky has meant to this program, but you can at least look at the record books from now on and know.
McWhorter up and under. Looks like Kingery got a finger on it as it goes out of bounds on the baseline. They will credit the freshman with the block. Ohio inbounds on the baseline, right end of the basket. The lob up for McWhorter on the far side. A handoff, tabling, throws up a three. Just off the side of the rim. Kingery collects it. Hands off to Becky. Becky possibly looking for 10 assists. Will she get it there? The feed inside for Richard. She gets hacked. She'll shoot two.
68-49. Ball State, they have managed to keep pushing it down low in this second half. They found the recipe to winning this one in the second quarter, taking it up, down in the cup, and it just keeps on working.
Alex Richard able to hit the first free throw. Ball State, not just individual records on the line today, but also a team record, looking to break their record from last year, or tie their record, I should say, from last year for most wins in the MAC in program history. They're looking to get to 16. Anissa Jones controls at the top of the key, bounces it over to Kate Dennis straight away. The feed inside for Jones, backs down Austin, the spin move, up and over, off back iron. Becky coming in hot with the rebound. Controls with her left hand, now back behind the back. Looking to penetrate perhaps, but now she resets, takes one step and swings out to her right to Kingery. Looking for Marie Kiefer on the right wing, tipped out of bounds by McWhorter and back on Kiefer. So Ohio gets possession, they inbound on the far end. And Marie Kiefer is subbed out for Elise Stuck.
And a standing ovation for Marie Kiefer, just in case it's her last time on the floor. I doubt it is, but with 6:42 to go, you never know.
Yeah, you really never know. Watkins drives baseline on Stuck, and she travels, and that has really bitten Ohio in the wrong way. Are these traveling calls? That has really gotten them, and now Ball State takes possession again.
Double-digit turnovers in this one for the Bobcats.
Oddly enough, the Cardinals have more turnovers than Ohio, 14-10 the margin. Becky, step back, right wing three-pointer, off back iron. Richard puts it up and off of the hand of Lachelle Austin, trying to save it from going out of bounds on the baseline. Ohio will take possession going left to right. 6:24 to go in this game. They trail to Ball State 70-49.
Although it's always curious to wonder how long the seniors will be on the floor here for Ball State, I'm also interested to see if Coach Bolden brings out some of the reserves, some of the future of his program in the final minutes.
Yeah, you could be looking at the Smith twins of Olivia and Haley Smith. You could be looking at Ashlyn Brooks, Zuri Ransom. A lot of names we could see. McWhorter throws it up, it's short, puts it back up off of the offensive rebound. Stuck collecting the miss, Cardinals back the other way.
McWhorter's had plenty of shots in the paint, but a lot of them just misses.
Allie Becky feed inside, the bounce pass to an open Richard. That's 10 assists for Becky Buckets. 72-49, under 6 minutes to play in this one. Jones with it for the Bobcats. Back to her right side, Bailey tabling, guarded by Elise Stuck, has the mismatch she wants. The feed on the high block to Watkins. Becky guarding her like a blanket, but she fouls her on the floor.
Not much of a worry, but 3 personals here for Allie Becky. You have to play clean in the MAC tournament, I can tell you that much. And 3 personals this late in a game, it may fare well against a team like Ohio, but when you get into Cleveland, you can't get into foul trouble in critical junctures like this.
Bounce pass inside, taken away by Elise Stuck. She's in transition, one-on-one with McWhorter. Pass over to Kingery in transition, going glass and good. 74-49, the freshman Kingery getting involved. Just over 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Step back from Watkins, a three-pointer, Drano. Kennedy Watkins, 23 points. What an outing she's had, but still Ohio trailing 74-52.
She's 3 away from her season high, scored 26 against Georgia Southern on November the 4th. She's maybe just 1 3-point shot away from tying it.
Allie Becky passes to her right on the perimeter to Grace Kingery on the right wing. Richard, free throw line, jumper, gets at the fall. Alex Richard having a quiet 19 points today. Timeout called by head coach Bob Bolden of the Bobcats. 4:39 left in this one. Ball State a 76-52 lead over Ohio.
Alex Richard 1 point away from 20 points. She's also 1 rebound away from a double-double. That would be her 3rd of the season, and it would be a great way to cap off senior day for her.
Yeah, and when we get to the post game, I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I'm going to ask you to name a player of the game. I want you to start thinking about it now, because we have a lot of players to choose from. It could be Elise Stuck, Alex Richard, Marie Kiefer's in double digits as well, and you got to look at Allie Becky's 10 assists as well, and that's just the reality of it. This Ball State team has the depth everywhere to compete.
I can tell you right now, if Elise Stuck breaks her season high and therefore career high record of 20 points at Buffalo on January the 11th, she has to be my player of the game. It would be a career night, and for it to happen on senior day, that's just special.
Quite the crowd here on senior day, and that's saying a lot considering a lot of the student body on spring break, the fact that we have quite the large sum of people here at Worthen Arena to celebrate these seniors. There will be a ceremony after the game honoring all 6 players who will be leaving the Cardinal program after this year.
And there's a lot of family members in this game. We've seen standing ovations from different sections of the Worthen crowd all day long rather. And it's just going to keep on going. I can't wait to see the final reactions of the players, of Coach Sali, and of the fans especially when these seniors start checking out for the last time here at Worthen.
I'm going to call it here right now. There will be some tears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Over, under, tears shed.
Tears shed? Are you talking about people shedding tears or individual tears?
Sure.
Sure? That's not an answer. It has to be one or the other.
We'll go with people.
People, okay, that's a little easier. I'm thinking, are we counting people on the floor or
sure, yeah,
crowd
let's
as
do it.
well?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, people on the floor, I'm going to say everybody is going to shed a tear. Everybody eventually at one
even
point.
you?
I'm not on the floor.
Oh, you're saying on the floor. I thought
if we're talking
in
the
general.
crowd, I could bring this into the hundreds.
Oh, yes.
You want a specific number?
Sure. I don't know if we'll be able to count it, but
let's go. Of course, I mean, that'd be cool if they had a stat. Tears shed. Post that on social media. I'm going to say 275.
All right.
And I'm going to hit the over on that, which is that's kind of rigged, honestly,
yeah,
if I'm setting the over-under and making my prediction. But I think it'll be an emotional day.
Indeed it will. 4:39 to go in this game. Ball State 76-52, the advantage they have. It's been a pitch-perfect day for the Cardinals, and they look to close it out here. It'll be their 24th win of the season, their 4th win in a row, and their 16th MAC victory, tying a single-season program record. And for Ohio, it'll be their 4th straight loss, and they will end the season 6-23 and 4-14 in the MAC.
You know, my favorite little tidbit about this team is if Ball State wins the conference championship, the championship will coincide with Coach Sali's 400th win.
That's right. A lot riding for sure. Top of the key, Watkins. She pushes on Richard, able to get it with a tough take. Ohio not done yet. 76-54. 4 minutes and some change left. Ball State right to left, they control with Allie Becky. Right side, Elise stuck. Cardinals hand off on the perimeter. It's Lachelle Austin. The screen has Watkins now on her. The screen from Stuck. Bounce over to Richard. Tries to back down McWhorter. She has to kick it back out to Kingery. Pick and roll Richard. Up and over. Double team and good. Alex Richard, 21 points. 78-54. Cardinal advantage. Under 4 minutes to play.
19th game with double-digit points, and she has 21 tonight.
The push from Watkins. Swirls off the right side of the rim. She's been doing all she could for this Ohio team. 3:30 to play in this one, 78-54 Cardinals. An open Richard in the mid-range far side. Hands off to Becky, however. Draws the double team. Now she pushes with the left hand on a hop to Austin. Wide open on a back cut. Richard does it again. 23 points for Alex Richard.
Whoop-de-whoop right through the defense to the cup. Alex Richard doing some great work mid-range, beyond the arc, down low, 3 ways.
Tabling, pushes, stripped away by Austin, but a foul on the floor. And we're about to see something really special here. With 3:08 left in this game, Madeline Bischoff and Marie Kiefer are checking in for Ball State. And chances are they are checking in for Grace Kingery and Elise Stuck. So that means we will have all seniors, including everybody in the core 4, on the floor to end this game perhaps.
And that's great. And you know what, that also sets up the eventual, what I'm assuming will be mass substitution near the ending moments of this game. That will be emotional player by player. I'm sure they'll come off the floor. But for now, the seniors out there enjoying their final moments of a Cardinal win, their final moments at Worthen Arena.
And although we have all the celebration today, I'm sure Brady Salih is hammering down that, hey, the job is not finished. The season does not end today. As a matter of fact, it's just beginning. We're getting into MAC tournament time next week.
Exactly, and I'm sure that he'll find some takeaways here that the Cardinals need to improve on. You look at the turnover margin. Right now it's 14-11 with the Cardinals turning it over more than the Bobcats, who are 10th in the MAC with 18.2. It's surprising to see the Bobcats play the cleaner game in that aspect. That's something that Coach Salih will see. The Bobcats have put up 26 three-pointers, the good majority of them being high percentage open shots. Now they've only shot 34% from that mark, but early in the game, they were hitting them in mass numbers, at one point averaging above 50% after, I think, 8 shots taken from beyond. So Coach Salih will find something to chirp about for this team. You always have to find the negatives while highlighting the positives. And this is a team that they don't want to trickle out early in the MAC tournament like last season. They want to win it all.
Yeah, they definitely have that in mind. The Cardinals about to walk out in their final guaranteed time here at Worthen Arena. There is a chance that if Ball State does not win the MAC tournament, they could host a WBIT game like they did last year against Belmont. So there is a slim chance they could be playing back here at Worthen Arena. But for the Cardinals, I'm sure they're hoping this is the last time they play at Worthen Arena this year.
I guarantee you the last thing that they want to see on Worthen Arena is a WBIT logo on either sideline.
Not at all. So now Ball State trotting out all 5 seniors and a graduate student in Elise Stuck. So we got 4 on the floor. Marie Kiefer is not out there yet. I'm sure they are waiting for that moment. With 3:08 to go, Bailey Tabling will shoot 2 free throws for the Bobcats. Cardinals lead 80-54.
I wonder what Marie Kiefer is thinking right now on the bench.
Yeah, I can't
I hope
imagine.
she doesn't take it personally. I mean, she was laughing over with the assistant coaches on the side, maybe thinking, what does this mean? Coach Salih, are you trying to send a message to me?
Yeah, hopefully it's not like a Michael Jordan thing where you take everything personally, but no.
Maybe it's the right time to take things personally.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Tabling misses the first free throw. We talk about a lot of collegiate careers ending today. Tabling, hers is just beginning. She goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Coach Salih just talked to Marie Kiefer and told her, you're up next. Next dead ball, Kiefer's coming in.
Here we go. Allie Becky straight away. Just under 3 minutes to play. Richard on the left wing. Pump fakes. Now goes back outside to Bischoff. Cardinals working the perimeter. Austin bounces in for Richard, a kick ball going against tabling. And now in comes Marie Kiefer for Elise Stuck. And Elise Stuck, a standing ovation in her final time at Worden Arena.
In her senior letter posted to social media, she described how much coming to Ball State changed her life. 18 points tonight, unforgettable.
Alex Richard with the feed inside, potentially her final points at Worden Arena. She's making the most of it. 25 points, what a day. Grace Kingery is at the scorer's bench though, which means we will see a change from the 5 seniors that are on the floor. Left side, Jones works on Austin for Ohio. Goes glass, too strong. Richard inhaling the miss. Becky takes it right to left. 82-55 Cardinal lead in this game. Fourth quarter, here we are. Becky drives with her right hand, goes behind the back, swings out. Bischoff, left wing 3, front of the rim. It tipped back out of bounds. Will go out on Alex Richard, it appears, but no. And Lachelle Austin checks out for the final time at Worden Arena. A standing ovation.
The transfer from Eastern Michigan, played there from 2021 to 24. She described how much this has meant to come to Ball State and help this team to a MAC championship.
For Ohio, Emma Barnett is in for the first time. The feed for Kiefer, too strong from Richard. MJ Johnson's going to check in. And MJ Johnson, she comes in for Alex Richard. Richard, a standing ovation.
Big hug with Coach Sali. What a career for number 20.
Well deserved. Johnson checks in, so now we have 3 seniors to go that are left on the floor. That's Kiefer, Bischoff, and Becky. Under 2 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Jones, controls at the top of the key, pushes with a teardrop. It's short now. Sydney Bolden for Ball State is at the scorer's table. Makes you wonder who's next. Becky hands off to Bischoff straight away. Lobs up on the near side perimeter for Kingery. Bounce pass inside. Becky to Johnson. Too much. Watkins back the other way for Ohio. In the middle of the paint. Stripped away by Kiefer. Another turnover for Ohio. They have 11 on the day. And a travel called. Bolden, she comes in for Bischoff. Bischoff met with a big hug from her head coach, Sali, and a standing ovation from the Cardinal faithful.
She's gone through so much adversity this season, missing 8 games, but still, throughout the year, being such a massive contributor. Her 20th start of the season today, and it's an emotional one.
That means there are only 2 seniors left out there, Marie Kiefer and, of course, Sally Becky. Zuri Ransom now going to the scorer's table. Becky drives baseline. 15 on the shot clock. Behind the back pass to Johnson, but she goes back out to Kingery. Now back to Johnson, and the restricted area draws the foul. Zuri Ransom. Let's see, who will she come in for? Who is next to check out for the final time at Worden Arena? Ransom. She will come in for Marie Kiefer. The all-time blocks leader at Ball State has just played her final minute as a Cardinal at Worden Arena.
Big smile from Marie Kiefer. This isn't a moment of sadness for her. This is a moment of appreciation. MAC champions, season record in MAC victories, and she had a career here at Ball State. Unforgettable times in Worthen Arena.
MJ Johnson, the first free throw is off back iron. That leaves only 1 senior left on the floor, and that's Allie Becky. And Becky, what she's accomplished here at Ball State, nothing short of magnificent. Johnson, it swirls out, 82-55, under a minute to play in this one. And we have Haley Smith at the scorer's table for the Cardinals. Coming in for Allie Becky, chances are. Pass is tapped up. Kingery takes it the other way.
You want to hear what pure emotion sounds like? Just wait until you hear the roar of Allie Becky's bench right here.
Right wing, Ransom pushes, and it's stripped away. 5 seconds separating shot and game clock at 33 seconds on the game clock. Bauer, she hands off right wing to Jones, guarded by Becky. pushes with her right hand, low block. Cardinals just let her fly right through. Timeout called by Salih, and out goes Allie Becky to end her Worthen Arena career. Met by a big hug by her head coach, Brady Salih. She has earned it. Her final time stepping foot on this floor at Worthen Arena as she's greeted by the bench.
Forever a Cardinal. And you won't be able to forget her once her jersey's in the rafters.
Unforgettable is the perfect way to describe it. Shot clock is off. Cardinals just passing it around. All of the seniors have hit the bench, and that'll do it here from Worthen Arena. What a regular season for these Cardinals. They're going dancing to the MAC tournament. 82-57, Ball State takes home the W.
Sheer domination from Ball State. There was maybe one quarter where Ohio was given a fight, but these Cardinals, it means more on senior day. It means more for that 16th program record-tying MAC victory, and they showed so much heart. Everybody dedicated to ending senior day and ending this penultimate regular season game with a bang.
And for the Cardinals, an all-around great performance. An 82-57 win on senior day. There will be a ceremony after the game, which I'm sure will be just as emotional as the final moments of regulation here. But I have to ask you the question. You only get to pick one. I gave you a lot of time to think about it. Who is your player of the game?
I have to go with Alex Richard. Not only does she earn the double-double with 25 points and 10 rebounds, but she was so efficient from the floor. 11 of 15. I don't know quick math like that. I want to guess that's around 70%. Fantastic shooting, fantastic on both sides of the floor. I think she earned player of the game.
And now we head into the MAC tournament for Ball State. You're looking at a lot of history that's gone against them. How do they put that aside and march forward?
Face it game by game. There's 3 victories that need to be gained in Cleveland, and there's 1 week to do it. And if there's a team ever in the history of Ball State that has pitted themselves in position to do just that, you're looking at them. This Ball State team is built for March. They have proved it in every other month. Now you just got to do it when it counts.
Now here we are, the final moments at Worthen Arena. Ball State a big win. Brayden, any other words for the people?
The final thing I want to say, it's kind of unceremonious, but Central Michigan beat Akron. Buffalo leading 30-21 at halftime over Western at half. So it's looking like it'll be Ball State, Western Michigan in the first round on Wednesday. The Cardinals, they don't know it yet, but more than likely they have their opponent in the Western Michigan Broncos to start off the run in Cleveland.
Western Michigan, an opponent that they had some pretty good games with, especially at Worthen Arena. The Broncos led by their point guard Marina Asensio, the transfer from UCF, head coach Shane Klipfel, and now the senior day ceremonies have begun, which means it's time for us to sign off. I'm Roen Elbert, that was Brayden Carroll. Thank you all for listening. Ball State wins, final score 82-57 over Ohio. Good night, Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.